Testing.
Test.
Speaking at a regular conversational level.
All right, we're gonna call to order today's special meeting for Town Council Harpers Ferry. It is 1:31 p.m. on April 12th. Like everyone, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. God bless you. All right, I am going to move to approve the agenda. Do you have a second on that?
Second.
Second from Storm. Any comments or discussion before we go for a vote? All right, all those in favor? All those opposed? No. Okay, so to start today's meeting, the Harpers Ferry Town Council will hold a public hearing on the proposed water rate increase in accordance with the Corporation of Harpers Ferry Public Hearing Policy and Procedures approved and adopted on May 25th, 2021. We have one speaker that was signed up to speak today, and then I have a few different submissions to read to you all, but our one signer today was George Elkins.
Yes, and I would merely like to say that I would propose that after this, we hold a brief Q&A because that's not permitted within the format of the hearing procedures, and it proved beneficial to have the public be able to ask questions and receive answers. Thank you.
Okay, and the first letter I've received is from Wayne Bishop. As a former mayor and as I recall, the largest users of water by meter and service are the National Historic Park, the KOA, the Clarion Inn, and the Quality Inn. The new project on the Hilltop is regulated by law, the State Tourism Development District. Article 19.6 of that agreement states that our water service to Hilltop cannot be discriminatory or not consistent with other municipalities in Jefferson County. I do not believe that Harpers Ferry water rates are consistent with other municipalities due to our service district being much smaller than others. You may want to challenge that regulation with your local council as it may result in a loss of revenue to the water company. And then I received several comments from Stephanie Bolin, who was collecting those from her neighbors. Let me see. A moment. The first one is, why doesn't town council take this action for the town to adopt a TIF district for the hotel to pay the cost of the water system improvements? The Harpers Ferry Water Works would have to recommend such an action to the Harpers Ferry Town Council. They're bringing in a luxury hotel. Why is the brunt of this utility debt on taxpayers' backs? It would be wonderful to have such a hotel here, but the county has already put this on the taxpayers. Why not benefit the town's utility situation? And we do not think privatization is a prudent idea.
Is that from one person or is that from Stephanie?
That is Stephanie. That was from Stephanie. I'm not sure if it was on behalf of her or on behalf of someone else, but this is what she had submitted.
I'm sorry, was that all one comment or did you read about?
That was all one comment.
Okay.
I believe that was the only. Here's another one. We are vehemently opposed to a rate increase.
Oh, sorry, who's this from?
Also from Stephanie Bolin. Opposed to a rate increase, especially if this has anything to do with the Hilltop project. Why not let the developers take a hit for utilities rather than citizens? We have many in our neighborhood who will be unable to attend public hearing due to various health issues and some of advanced age. Will there be a Zoom link for the public? Most on our street are retired and living on a fixed income as well. This will be a hardship for them. Will public hearings carry any weight, or has this already been decided with the developer? Speaking to neighbors, everyone is upset about this extremely high increase since our rates are pretty high now with our low usage. And those were all the comments that we've received.
Just for clarification,
Yeah.
I think Stephanie had tried to collect comments from a few of her neighbors, so that might have been reflected in.
Correct. Yeah, I think they were from several neighbors, but she did not clarify who was the person that provided the comment.
Did you have a count on how many neighbors you collected?
Just said
Just
several.
several. All right, that concludes our public comments for today. And we'll be moving on to our second item under new business, which is the second and final reading of ordinance number 2024-01, Article 905, an ordinance to increase water rates for Harpers Ferry Waterworks. And I will be reading that. An ordinance of the Corporation of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, amending the Code of Ordinances of Harpers Ferry, Part 9, Streets, Utilities, and Public Service Code, Article 905, Water. Amending and adopting revised Article 905, Water, for increases to Schedule of Water Rates, Rate Schedule Number 1, updates, corrected typographical errors, and repealing all ordinances or part of ordinances in conflict therewithin, providing for severability, providing an effective date. Now therefore be it enacted and ordained by the town council of the Corporation of Harpers Ferry that Article 905, Water of the Codified Ordinances of Harpers Ferry shall be amended and reenacted to read as follows. And this serves as a second reading. There are copies of this ordinance up front if anyone would like to review it.
May I ask the recorder to maybe add in the last paragraph regarding the effective date
Yeah, no problem.
on lines 187?
Yeah, start there. Be it further ordained that this ordinance shall take effect not less than 45 days after the date of adoption or July 1st, 2024, whichever date is the last to occur. Passed the first reading on the 11th day of March, 2024, and today is the second and final reading on the 12th of April, 2024.
Thank you.
All right, and then that moves us on to new business number 3, which is discussion and action regarding the adoption of ordinance 2024-01, Article 905, an ordinance to increase the water rates for the Harpers Ferry Waterworks.
I move to adopt ordinance 2024-01 for increases to scheduled water rates as presented.
Second.
All right, any discussion on this? All right, all those in favor? All right, all those opposed? Okay.
I have another motion.
Go ahead.
I move
Can I
to
have a
appoint.
roll call vote on it, please?
Oh, okay. Yeah, a minute. Oh, let's take 2 minutes. Okay, for roll call vote, we'll start with Zachary Morris,
Yes.
Roberta Mead Curry,
No.
George Owens,
Yes,
Chris Craig,
Yes.
Storm DeSanza,
Yes.
Nina Armstrong, yes. All right, the motion passes, 5 yes, 1 no,
And one being absent.
and 1 being absent. Mayor Vaughn is currently absent.
I have a motion to make. I move to appoint Storm DeSanzo to sign the ordinance on behalf of Mayor Vaughn.
I second that. Any discussion on that?
I'd like to know why.
Because Mayor Vaughn is absent, we have to have someone to sign on his behalf. And so this was something that Deb had raised as being an issue. And there was an email, there was a copy of the email with Ken is CC'd on this, just to make sure that we could have on behalf of the mayor, Storm as a signatory.
And does that require a
I'm
two-thirds vote
sorry.
of the council?
I think it just is a normal vote.
I'm sorry, your last sentence.
On behalf of the
Now,
mayor.
before that, you said somebody had requested that?
Deb had posed that it would be an issue because I have to sign one side, so I can't also sign on behalf of the mayor. And so,
Let me also clarify that the reason that we have this time frame is that we need to go to the Public Service Commission staff meeting there on Monday as part of our process.
I understand that. in the previous sentence you said, I'm sorry to be such a nitpicker, you said, and requested that Storm sign this. Did you say that?
No,
No.
no.
Okay,
It's a council member, it doesn't have to be a storm,
okay.
a council member to decide on his behalf.
So that's all it is. It's just on behalf of the mayor having someone sign. I do not believe that requires, I think it's just a normal vote. I don't think it would require.
And you would sign your name, and then underneath would say on behalf of the.
Okay, can we look that up in Robert's Rules of Order so that we are currently following correct procedure so that
This is
we know?
not, this is.
It would
a
not
state
fall under that.
mandate.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, why can't we send something to the mayor and have him sign and send it back to him?
That one is not able to do that.
I guess I wasn't aware of this. Don't appreciate it.
George?
I'd like to amend the motion to have George Owens sign it in the mayor's stead.
All right,
And to have, I'm sorry, George Owens sign in the mayor's stead.
all right, do we have a second for that?
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion?
I just, does it really matter who signs it? We just need to get it out.
No.
Yeah.
I should think the mayor should sign it, but
I
strongly disagree that this is happening.
I believe that we should have a distance between Business and Finance Committee and the signatories on this. And the fact that we have you signing and a member of the Business and Finance, I think it'd be more appropriate to be represented the council. No offense, Storm, not to have the head of Business and Finance, but rather to defer to someone in the general body of the council.
Honestly,
So I'd like to offer myself as that.
honestly, that makes no sense to me, but it also does not.
All right, well then should we vote? All those in favor of making George the signatory, raise your hand. All those opposed? And abstaining?
Abstain.
Abstain. All right, so then that would make George our signatory, so that would rephrase the motion. If you reread it.
It is movement to appoint George Owens to sign the ordinance on behalf of Mayor.
All right, and I guess we already have a second for the main motion, so all those in favor? Okay, and that is 5 and 1 I guess 1 no. Oh,
You haven't asked.
all those opposed? And Roberta McCray is opposed.
Could you clarify what we just voted on?
Yes. You need the motion.
Move to appoint George Owens to sign the ordinance on behalf of Mayor Vaughn.
Thank you.
All right, I believe that concludes what we had to discuss today. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'm a adjourn.
Second.
All right, all those in favor? All right. Unanimous, motion to adjourn approved at 1:44 PM.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.